Alright, so now we're going to work on getting the slide and text out of the screen, and we're going to bring 2 more words in. So, let's see what we have first. Okay, so we're going to have slide stay there a couple frames before it leaves. Let's do the same thing for text. So this is just going to keep it in place for a while. And let's go a few frames later and just move slide out of the screen on the same axis though. So let's see what that does. Stay there a little bit longer. Whoops. Select all the keyframes and then just move them to the right. And then now where slide ends, we're just going to bring the text down and out of the frame. Alright, now what we're going to do is pre-comp this, which is basically grouping it. And let's call it text slide.
And can you show us again how to get into the pre-comp thing?
Alright, to pre-composition, just right click, pre-compose, and then just call it whatever you want. And what I like doing to stay organized is see where the last keyframe ends, and then go back outside of your composition, and then just bring it in so that you know that's where it ends. Alright, and then now we're going to make a new composition. Just go to new composition. We'll call this bounce down. And let's go back out. Let's drag that composition over this one. And let's have it start where the other one ends. Okay, now we could create more text. Let's call this one bounce. And then bring up the attributes. Take it out of the frame. And keyframe position, scale, and rotation. Go a few frames later. Let's bring it down. Hold shift to keep it on one axis. So right now that just goes down, but we actually want a bouncing motion. So we're going to have a couple more keyframes. So after it goes down, we want it to go up a little bit, and then down again. Just hit the first keyframe, Command C and Command V, and select all of these. Right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease to make it smoother. And you can always tweak this, but I'm just gonna keep it pretty simple. And then now it's time for down. So just move it. Let's scale it up to match the size of bounce. Once you have it positioned, let's look at where the other one ends and bring out the attributes, keyframe position, scale, and rotation, and we're actually going to make this a 3D layer. So now it has a z-axis, which means you can move it like forward, away from you, and towards you. So what we can do is rotate it this way. So let's actually start off to where you can't see it. Let me just find that number. Alright, that's close enough for now. And then let's move it up. Actually, just keep there. And then go a few frames later, and you can bring it back up to 0. Oh, I forgot to keyframe it. So if you don't keyframe it, then it's not going to make the changes that you made. So let's just go back. I set a keyframe with a stopwatch. And then now it should follow your movements. Do the same thing, select all of them, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Turn on motion blur, because since this is a new composition, you have to recheck the motion blur for the composition. Same for the layers. So let's do that. Let's see what we have now. So let's make this a little bit faster. And if you have caps lock on, you can't see anything. So now, let's minimize these. And right where down starts to come up, we still see a black line. So let's actually trim the layer up to that point. And then now you shouldn't see it. And I want to move down overall. It's too close to bounce. So just go to your position and move it down. We just created a new keyframe, so put it over the first keyframe. And now it does what we want. So let's go back outside of the comp. And then let's look at them together. Alright. So the composition actually starts here. So you want to move the composition instead of trimming it. And you can always adjust this and make it faster, but we're just going to leave it like this.